What's going on, YouTube? It's Bad Bookers back with another TEW 2016 series. I know it's been a minute since I've recorded one, but I've been burnt out, I've been busy. I just make excuses every single time that I take an absence. But we're back this time with I guess you could say, Road to Global series with another different created company. This one being All Star Wrestling Alliance, based out of Georgia, as you can tell by the sidebars. And for our user character, we're going to choose Dave Meltzer. Now, that's not really realistic because I don't see why he would have owned a company at that time. It's just, just for ease of booking, because he can announce and he can do the road agent work. So it just makes it easier on us. We have to spend less on road agents and announcers. We still might get a color commentator. I doubt we will. We will have a one-man announce team for now until I figure out how much we're making per month, which I don't think is going to be very much. We're going to be in debt for like the first year probably. So to start off, we will, default whatever the user talents, just because I don't feel like actually assigning things. All-Star Wrestling Alliance. I didn't put in a bio or anything. This is the picture that I found. I was just scrolling through the picture folder, finding any unused company logos because I didn't feel like making my own again. So I just chose this one. It's NWA-esque, Georgia Championship Wrestling-esque, just because of the state of Georgia. That's the state that I currently live in. So, it all pans out in the end. We are going to be the owner, of course, so that way we don't have to deal with owner goals, and it just makes sense. Alright, so we're here. Fall to Dave Meltzer, unrealistic. Yeah, I know, I talked about that. So let's take a look around. We have no event scheduled. We have to assign Dave Meltzer a spot. They recommend him as announcer, but we are going to assign him as road agent. Then we gotta fix the auto push, that way whenever I auto push the roster, it doesn't fuck it up and put him as an announcer, even though we want him as a road agent, and then assign him as an announcer. Save that. No active title belts. We'll go ahead and add one title. Let's see, is there any generics? Yep. Is there a generic, like American? Yeah, North American. That's decent. We'll use that. We'll call it the ASWA North American title. Doesn't make sense to be a world title. Event never. Oh wait, yes, event often, tour never, TV rarely. There we go. Even though that really has nothing to do with us, it's all for the computer. I'd still like to edit that just because why not? So that'll be our only title for now. Ooh, potential penalties. Upgrade. Okay. We'll be generic then. Alright, we'll save that. So, now we just need events, but first we need people. And I gave us $10,000 just so that way it makes more sense than like $1,000, because no one's going to start a wrestling company with only like $1,000 or less than that, or no money for that matter. So just to make it a tad bit more realistic, it's not exactly a road to global, because they say that you should only put 1,000, I believe. But the rest of it I kept as, regular road to glory. Momentum's 1, prestige 0, shit like that. Didn't mess with the popularity at all. We're at 0 everywhere. So now it's time to find some cheap workers that will, hopefully take us to the moon. I'd prefer if they were unemployed, just because I don't have to deal with scheduling conflicts, male, since I don't have any female division, and I want younger guys so that way I can build them to become superstars and just general good workers. Can work in the USA, based in the USA preferably, just so that way I don't have to affect travel costs, but I can always offer them travel costs aren't covered, but just like to keep them based in America, because that's realistic. No indie company that's based in some armory pulling 5 fans a show is going to be getting anybody from Japan over here to work. And we want a wrestler who is active to hire, obviously. And I don't care about popularity and skill. I don't really care about, because I'm looking for cheap people. Ace Steel, how much? 260, that's a little bit much. 180 for Adam Jacobs. He's based in Georgia, isn't he? Because spent much of his time in the NWA. That was NWA Wild Side, I believe. He's not a bad worker. He's got consistency. He has no psychology, but I don't expect really anybody to. We'll go ahead and offer him a contract. We'll see if we can get him down to 140. I highly doubt that. I mean, I can offer him this, you know, since we don't have any BTV shows. They still wants 170. That's decent. All right. Would like to have 6 people, 3 heels, 3 faces. So I guess he'll be our 1 heel so far because he's better at doing heel than babyface. So we have 1 heel. Adam Pearce. I usually sign him in like WCW Live series or like saves, not series. I keep saying series. Or WWF and put him in development just to see if he pans out. I don't know why. I just always do. But he's not looking too good in this database. Angel, this is Hardcore Homo Angel, right? Yeah. He's based in the Northwest. Alright. Don't know why that was important to me. I don't know why I mentioned that. Billy Fives. He turned out to be a really good worker and one save that like I just mostly simmed. He was a top indie level talent. Blitzkrieg, he'd be decent, I think. He's got really good aerial, but in this company, aerial doesn't really mean anything. So the one skill that he's actually above average at would mean he was useless to us. Boogaloo, probably one of the worst workers in the database, I assume. He's got good menace, but that's not going to get him any good matches. Cassidy O'Reilly, just another general indie worker. I'm going to start looking for actual names that I recognize, like Chris Harris, you know. I recognize his name. He's got decent star quality and sex appeal and menace, but in terms of actual in-ring, he doesn't have much else besides an okay brawling. And he wants 300, that's a little bit too much. Chris Parks, you know, Abyss, he's got really good brawling and good hardcore, not much in the way of anything else, really. He's got decent consistency, at least. He's got good star quality and good menace. I mean, if he was a decent price, 250, that might be a little much. I'll go ahead and shortlist him for now. Maybe if I don't find anybody else around that price, I'll find him. Cody Hawk's another person who I like to sign a lot. I don't know why. Just there's always the same set of people that I always sign in like 2001 mods or like 1999, just shit like that. I don't know why, but I just like to sign them all the time. Devon Storm, Devon Storm, whatever it is. He's got okay aerial, but again, we don't need aerial people. Dwayne Gilberg. This was before he was Gilberg, right? 1997, I don't know. He's unemployed by the WWF, so I assume so. He's 230, but he doesn't have much skill. He's got good acting, though. I assume that's just because, you know, Gilberg, like, if he just was any other regular old name and not actually assigned as Gilberg, they would have put this as, like, a 10. Like, just all of his other things. It's you never know what a worker's true ability are until you put them on the big stage. ECMO. Yeah. Eventually, he's... Is this Umaga? I think this is... He becomes Umaga, right? Or am I thinking of another one of the NOIs? But anyway, he's got decent brawling. Absolutely shit, like mat wrestling. No aerial, which I don't need. He's got decent consistency, though, so... He's got decent acting and charisma, and good star quality, and good menace. You know what? Ooh, 400, that's a little bit much, so hopefully he can develop on the indie scene, get a little bit better, and maybe we'll sign him in the future. James Storm, that's another recognizable name. He's got decent brawling, not the best. He's got some decent consistency, he's pretty safe too. He's got good power, stamina, not the best entertainment, but he's got star quality and menace a little bit. And he's 250. I'll go ahead and shortlist him as well. Jamie Noble. Wow. Wow. Joey Machete. That's an awesome name. Florida indie, so he's local to where this company would be based, but he has absolutely shit skills. Holy crap. Johnny Cashmere of the Backseat Boys. I like him, but it's the aerial build. Like, I mean, yeah, he's got some mat wrestling, but I don't know. He doesn't really have much else. 200 to show, why not? It doesn't really matter if he's cheap. We'll knock it all the way down, and we'll give him ATVs and events only. Travel not covered, and he wants 190. Not bad. And I assume he's going to be a heel. I'm not sure what his skills are at. I don't know he can do either, so I might make him a babyface. We'll find out who else we find in a little bit. Justice Payne of CZW fame. That rhymed. Oh my god. Kid Cash. Ariel. Matt Bloom, aka Prince Albert. Decent brawling, not a whole lot else. He's not flashy at all. I guess that would mean he just looks like a brick in the ring with arms, but he's got star quality and menace. But $600 for a rookie, like, just imagine being fresh out the training facility and demanding $400 when you can't do shit but punch. Like, you don't even have it. Well, oh, it's because he's popular somehow. I guess it's because he was a part of WWF at this point, but the mod makers didn't keep the contract just because it didn't make sense because he was barely used, if ever. Viscera, he's definitely out of our price range just on that alone, yep. Nick Burke, also from CZW. For being like a hardcore dude, he has no brawling, he's just good at hardcore. So he can just swing some light tubes around, I guess. R-Truth. But he's a freelancer, I don't like signing those because it's only for 9 months, and what's the point of that? He looks kind of like Damien Sandow. Oh, he was the Yeti, okay. 7th tallest professional wrestler in history. That's kind of cool. He's going to be out of our price range, though. Kind of want to shortlist him. Maybe we could use him for a storyline or something when we're actually decent. Shaggy too dope. And Violent J down there, so I mean, how much are they going to be asking? $1,000. Makes sense, because they, you know, popular amongst certain crowds. Sean Stasiak doesn't have a whole lot going besides menace, but he's got popularity. Stevie Richards out injured, so I'm not gonna mess with that. The Messiah, I signed Messiah too just to see how he pans out. Usually he's not too bad. His brawling gets up a bit and his mat work gets to decent levels, but he's not really that good for someone as like WCW or WWF, so it's not really viable to sign him into a development if you're either of those companies. But for $120, we are definitely going to sign him, and he's going to be a heel. So I'll say we have 2 heels, 1 face. See if we can get him down to 100 or $90. This would be the lowest contract I've ever got somebody to sign, or I've even ever seen it. I've never seen it go to double digits for a contract before, but he wants 110, so that's understandable. Have a great day. So far we got 2 heels, and I'm gonna make Johnny a face. So I need 2 more people, right? No, 3 more. I can't count. Zuma. He's got really good mat wrestling, but of course he's way too overpriced. Violent J, he's gonna be overpriced as well. Vito, Big Vito, he has absolutely no skills whatsoever. And Xavier, freelancer, so no thank you. So we gotta edit our restrictions here for a little bit. What can I edit here? I mean, I guess just look for some older cats, I guess. Minimum age 31, just how we lure out. We filter out all the 30-year-olds. Alright, so we got Al Green, 42 years old, no thank you. Barry Horowitz. These people are going to be a little bit more expensive because, you know, even though they were a jobber in the WWF, they still had exposure. Bob Backlund. Bobby Fulton. What's he asking for? 600. Bobby Knight. Brian Knobs. Dang. Chavo, he's going to be expensive. He's probably like, yeah, semi-active. Greg Valentine, he's going to be expensive and semi-active. JT Smith. Jerry Flynn. Not to be confused with Jerry Lynn. Jimmy Valiant. John Tenta might be a little cheap. Nope, psych, never mind. Marty Jannetty. King Kong Bundy. Keep selecting all these people that are obviously going to be way overpriced. Jake Roberts. He's also a freelancer. Paul Diamond. I like Paul Diamond. No. Pat Tanaka. I also like Pat Tanaka a lot. I don't know why. I like a lot of the more unknown people. I don't understand why, but it's just the way my brain works. Equalizer. Wasn't he that truck driver that turned into a wrestler? I'm not too sure. The knockoff Ultimate Warrior. $1,000. Warlord Horner. Tim Horner? Yeah. 800. Tito Santana, Tommy Rogers. Warrior. Yokozuna. Let's see if I can just find some cheap people doing it like this. Didn't want to have to resort to it, but I'm gonna have to. 270's not bad. Marcus Laurinaitis. I've never heard of him. He's one of the Laurinaitis brothers. Oh. Neat. Still a little too expensive. I gotta itch my face. 270 JT Smith. Might be able to get some of these people down to like the 250-ish area. Let's see if we can get him down. Off from 200, travel not covered, events and TV shows only. Give me the amount. 250. I know I said that's kind of like what I was thinking, but like I don't know if I want to do that because I can go back to my short list. I only shortlisted 2 people. Oh no, I shortlisted more. How much did he want? 250? I can probably get him down to 220. Wait. Okay, he's a heel, so that'll be all of our heels. See if I can get him down to 200. Events and A's. 230, okay. I'll sacrifice that. ECMO, 400, I'm not going to be able to get him down too much. James, you're going to have to sacrifice yourself and learn how to be a baby face. Let's see if I can get him down to 210. 230, fair enough, fair enough. So, all I need is one more face, right? Might just bring in freaking Yeti. Be a menacing baby face. He's not too much worse at being a baby face, so we'll give him some corny gimmick. 270, if I do that, 250, alright, fair enough. You might be a main eventer. Our main eventer is the Yeti. GG, mate. See what the creative meeting's saying we should have signed. Yeah, no, they're gonna be way too expensive for that. Chris Harris, James Storm. Yeah, we looked at all of them. They're all really expensive, except for Chris Parks. I think we actually signed him, so neat. I will go ahead and sim to when we have some people on the roster. Earlier, I forgot to sign a referee, not a refugee. So I'm gonna go ahead and offer Gary Morir, contract. He's gonna have to be traveling a little bit from the tri-state area down to the southeast, but hopefully $400 will entice him enough to make the trips. I'm not gonna offer him any of that. And he wants 420. Blaze it. Okay, that's fair enough. So let me just make sure I didn't need you, because we have a road agent and Dave and an announcer. We're not gonna get it. Alright, so that's all I needed. So again, I'll see you guys when we actually have a roster and we'll set up the first event. Alright, so we're back and we have our roster now. We have Adam Jacobs, a mid-card heel. Actually, let me auto-push everybody, just make sure this is what they're supposed to be. Yep, he's a mid-card heel. He's pretty much better at it. So the gimmick they have him at is Cocky Youth. That's probably what half these people like most of these heels are, so I'm gonna give him a little bit more of a unique gimmick. We'll exclude what he can't do, obviously. And let's see here. Anything catches my eye. He doesn't have much to choose from, but more than some. Thinking Ninja, that wouldn't be too bad. Garbage Man. You know how well that went on in the WWF. Sleaze. He's got a decent Weasel rating. Proud Ethnic. I don't think he's ethnic. Naturist. Oh, but our fans wouldn't like that. Huh. A heel cowboy. I guess ninja it is. He'll just be a shitty ninja. Chris Parks, badass, fits very well. I like that. He's an upper mid Carter. Dave, referee. James Storm, main event face, cowboy. So I guess we shouldn't have made Adam a cowboy, which we didn't. So we're good there. Yeah, that's fine. Johnny Cashmere, badass. No, thank you. You're like 5'9", something like that. We could make him Jersey Shore because that's the area that he usually comes from, and he has kind of the look in the picture. But as a face, most people don't like the Jersey Shore people, so you know, I don't really want to make that one. His gimmick. Is there a faced racist? Nah, okay. Trash. They're just trailer park trash, okay. Thought he was just gonna be an actual piece of trash. A defender of what? Oh, of invading wrestlers. No one's gonna invade us. We're like fucking out in the backwoods of fucking Georgia. Could make him a redneck, but skincare obsessive. I don't see how that would work in the ring, but it piques my interest. I don't know if I should do it. I'm trying to think how I could book this. You know, during his matches, he's just calling out spots as they happen, as if he was an announcer. All right, that's what we're gonna do. He's gonna be a sportscaster from in the ring. Giant, yeah, that's pretty much the only gimmick I can give you. The Messiah Extremist, yeah, that works. All right. So really, the only gimmicks that we changed is Adam into a ninja, and Johnny into a sportscaster. They'll be our guinea pigs here for shitty gimmicks. And now it's time to set our first event. And we obviously won't have any scheduling conflicts for now until they start getting picked up by bigger companies, which I highly doubt they will for a while, because, you know, nobody's really looking to rate us for talent at the moment. So we'll go ahead and go. And they're just not going to give us anything good. So for our first event, we'll make ASWA. ASWA. Big balls. Small. I can't think of anything that rhymes with balls. Calls. Small calls. Small. Talls. Small. I got nothing. ASWA. Large. Phallic objects. Yes, alright, our first show will be ASWA Large Phallic Objects. And it'll only run for an hour. And we'll go ahead and put it on the last day of the month. And save and exit. So, we have our first show coming up here in a 3 weeks. I'm gonna go ahead and sim to it, and we'll book it, and I'll show you guys what happens. All in the first episode. This has been quite the eventful first episode. It'll be quite the long first episode, but I hope y'all enjoy. And, you know, since YouTube's changed their partner policy, maybe if you watch, enough people watch all of it, I can become a YouTube partner again and continue to make almost no money from these videos. But it's all about the grind. The more content I put out, it'll get better. The better it gets, the more subscribers. The more subscribers, the more money. And then I can quit working at McDonald's. You guys can help me quit working at McDonald's. That's all I want in life, is to not work at McDonald's. I tried to quit once, but it didn't work. I had to go back. $1 a day, guys. Donate $1 a day to me, and you'll help feed me and clothe me. And I need to shut up now and get to the show. Alright, so before we book the show, we got these incidents here. And I assume Johnny Cashmere is the gonna be the judge in Wrestler's Court here. Yep, I was right. I don't know how he's the locker room leader at 19, but, you know, whatever floats your boat, dog. They both forgot how to shake hands. Come on, guys. Did they forget to shake each other's hands, so we just punished both of them? Like that. I'm genuinely confused here. But it's alright, though. Because we got it all figured out. And somehow, by the grace of God, everybody that I signed is a positive influence. So we have a decent backstage rating. And I'm going to go ahead and meddle. I'm going to see if I can get some people goody-goody with each other. I want him. I want the giant. I want the. We're gonna. If we ever team these guys together, even though I think, yeah, I think Chris is a heel and Ron is a face. I want them to be called. Wait for it. The Twin Towers. I was born on 9/11, so you know I can make those jokes. I'm not actually. I wasn't born in 2001, but I was born in years before it. But it doesn't matter. Because I can make those jokes. Just kidding. But anyway, no, they're not friends. Damn it. I thought that was going to work too. They got like lots of stuff in common. They're like both pretty tall. I think they both had facial hair. That's enough to be friends, right? Anyway, let me get on with booking the show. Alright, guys. We are at Large Phallic Objects, aka LPO, aka Large Penises, and it is being held by us, of course, All-Star Wrestling Alliance, in front of 9, count them, 9 whole people in the Southeast. A generic venue, just some random place. We're probably in a Walmart, in the clothing aisle, right by the dressing rooms. In fact, that is where we are. The wrestlers changed in the dressing rooms there, and then, you know, just kind of like walk in between like the bras and the underwear for women to the ring, and the crowd's just kind of standing around. It's just shoppers. I mean, that should be more than 9 people, but it's just only 9 people are there standing around long enough to actually count as a viewer. They're just the ones that are just awkwardly browsing through the clothes, like the discount clothes, glancing at, you know, the wrestling happening in the ring. But anyway, Dave Meltzer comes out from the dressing rooms. he grabs the mic. There's actually no mic. It's just one of those WWE. I guess this time WWF like toy mics. I don't know if they made them at theirs this time, but like he's like, "All right, welcome to Large Phallic Objects." And he's just trying to make eye contact with like any shopper that'll make eye contact with him, but no one really does because, you know, it's Walmart and no one wants to watch professional wrestling at Walmart. But he continues on by saying, "We have a title tournament here tonight, and it is for the All-Star Wrestling North American title. We have 6 competitors. We will have, I think it's 4 matches. I'm not good at math. It will be a elimination thing. I don't really know what it's called, but everybody's going to have a match one-on-one at first. Whoever loses is out. Whoever wins goes to the finals. It'll be a three-way ladder match at the end. And then whoever grabs the title from the rafters of this Walmart, and there's just like a balloon string hanging down long enough to where they could tie the title to it, and there's enough balloons stuck on the ceiling that'll support it, so it's kind of like the belt's weighing down the balloons enough that they're not on the ceiling, but then like there's enough balloons that it keeps it at a nice height. It's really weird. I don't know how they did this, but like it just works out, you know. And then he's like, yeah, all right, I'm gonna go announce from the desk over there where they take the clothes that nobody wants. I'm gonna go announce from there. So he goes to go announce from there. This segment got a 19 E-. Got to show off to a strong start though, and he got above average on his journalist gimmick. Didn't think to change that. So next up in the first round, we got Johnny Cashmere taking on the Ninja Adam Jacobs. He comes out of the dressing room dressed in his, you know, all black, like stereotypical ninja uniform, and like a woman is seen in the dressing room, like she didn't see him because he's so ninja-y, and then she like gets freaked out because he was in there watching her undress, but he's a ninja, so she didn't see him. Anyway, and then Johnny Cashmere is like, fuck yeah, I'm Johnny Cashmere. I forget what his gimmick is. I think it's shit. Oh, sportscaster. Oh, okay, yeah, I remember that now. So he's coming out, he's like, and I am Johnny Cashmere. I am making my entrance. It is very grand. I am a young superstar, and I hope to make an appearance and make an impression on it. He's just saying some generic sportscaster type shit, but not referring to himself in the third person. So it makes it even odder. It'd probably be easier if he just referred to himself in the third person, but he didn't. So it just seems like a weird interview. Like, no one's interviewing him, though. But it got an initial rating of great. So, so that's perfect. And then Adam Jacobs got an average on his ninja gimmick, so you know, and he's getting better though. So maybe he become legendary ninja. The bout dragged in the middle with the lack of flow being noticeable. The crowd got buzzing. Johnny Cashmere had an 18 and Adam Jacobs had a 16. But in the match that had terrible wrestling and non-existent heat, Johnny Cashmere defeated Adam Jacobs in 11-18 by pinfall. He didn't even like hit him with a finisher. Like, he just kind of like Irish whipped Adam Jacobs into the ropes and like got like a nice like John Cena shoulder charge and like just pinned him. I got a 15 F+. Doesn't really matter though. It's going to improve the company's popularity no matter what. And next in the second round, I guess still technically the first round, but in the second matchup, we had James Storm taking on Chris Parks. You know, James Storm's debuted his cowboy gimmick above average. Chris got his badass gimmick. It got him below average. That's not very good. James had a 26 and Chris Parks had a 36, so it's pretty good there. It had decent wrestling, but non-existent crowd heat. Chris Park, well, I mean, I don't think anything is really going to have existent crowd heat in Walmart. It's just kind of like, hello, shoppers. In aisle 34, we have James Storm and Chris Parks battling it out for a chance at the ASWA North American Championship, whatever you call them. So head on over and watch it. And no one goes over there because it's professional wrestling in Walmart. How good could it really be? Which, this is our best match so far, and it's only our second match in our company's history, but a 35 E+, that's pretty good. And Chris Parks is improving in performance skills. Next up, we got Ron Reese, the 7 foot, like 95 inches, versus Messiah, the Messiah. Ron debuted his giant gimmick at a below average. He was really off his game. The extremist gimmick of the Messiah got an average. The bout dragged in the middle. The crowd got hotter. Ron had a 17 and the Messiah had a 20. The terrible wrestling and non-existent crowd heat got us a 16 F+, when Ron defeated the Messiah with a pile driver in 7 minutes and 11 seconds. And Ron's actually improving in 2 skills, Rumble and Performance, so that's pretty good. 16 F+, though, is not the best, but it doesn't matter. It's not the worst of the night. I don't think. Wasn't it a 15 for the first match? So good on you, mate. And in the final match of the evening, we have Chris Parks taking on Ron Reese, taking on Johnny Cashmere in a ladder match. And my phone is buzzing. I don't know if you heard that, but that's what that slight buzz was. And about that, a decent reaction from the crowd, surprisingly. They like most people, they just kind of went over there because they seen a big ladder, so they thought someone was changing some light bulbs, and they were curious. And then they were like, "Oh shit! There's a 7-foot, 25-inch man, and like another 7-foot man, and then this little midget fighting each other for this balloon suspended title." So they got pretty interested. But anyway, I digress. Ron defeats Chris and Johnny in 11:56 when he retrieved the item. He didn't really need to climb the ladder. He just kind of like reached up and like gave it a little jump and then like snagged it with the balloons and everything, and he just kind of like had to awkwardly try to untie it standing there. Because I mean, he's 7 foot, and like I don't really see 7-foot people, like 7-foot 29-inch people like playing with balloons. So he just kind of like awkwardly tried to fumble it off and like not act like he was playing with balloons, because it's not very manly of him. So he's just kind of like, yikes. But anyway, he wins the ASWA North American title. Johnny Cash was getting better at his gimmick. Chris Parks got a 33, Ron Reese a 21, and Johnny a 25. All together for a 28E. Not too shabby. Not the best match of the night, but I can't really complain. On to the next segment, we got Ron standing tall, over the fallen competitors. Just a generic name for the generic segment. He's just standing there. He couldn't get the balloons off, so he's holding the title like above his head, and there's still balloons up there. They're like the Disney princess ones. So he's looking fabulous while he does it. And like Chris and like Johnny are just kind of like laying on their backs in the middle of the shitty little ring that doesn't even have an apron, trying not to laugh because it's a 7-foot, 96-inch man just holding these princess balloons and a title. So that got a 59C, the best rated segment of the show. And we got a 33E plus. Not bad, if I say so myself. We'll go ahead and make some speeches. We'll call Ron fabulous. We will. I think James was pretty good. Point him out as a good example, and Chris, point him out as a good example, because they had the best match of the night. Ow, that hurt my ears. They had the best match of the night, so boom. Pleased, seem pleased, seem pleased. So yeah, we'll see how much money we lost this month after that show. I don't think it's actually going to be too much, but we'll go ahead and see. We have a good amount of money, so we can take a few hits. Oh, look at that. It's already the end of the year. Company of the Year. All Japan Women's Pro Wrestling. Oh, yes, obviously. It's neither WCW or WWF was anywhere near them. Team of the Year. Kyoko Inouye and Takoko Inouye and Inouye. Don't know how to say that. Match of the Year. Mitsuharu Misawa and Kenta Kobashi. Very respectable. That probably would have been Match of the Year even if it was like an actual full calendar year. Let's see what it was. Top 100 matches. It was a 99, so yeah, it definitely could have won if it was a full calendar year, even though they probably would have had a 100 rated match later. Show of the Year was In Your House in December. Let's see what was that rated. Was it this one? Yeah. An 86, respectable. Shawn Michaels defeats Vader. Nice. Pretty good match. Oh, shit, come on. There we go. Young Wrestler of the Year. Masato Tanaka. Respectable. Veteran Wrestler of the Year. Marty Jones. Female Wrestler of the Year. Aja Khan. Manager of the Year. Francine. Announcer of the Year. Jay Taro. Color Commentator of the Year. Everything is Japanese. Lioness Asuka. And Referee of the Year. Marty Asami. So, oh, Starrcade was yesterday. Let's see what happened there. Hogan defeated Sting to retain the title. Of course he did. Roddy Piper defeats Chris Benoit. Eddie Guerrero defeats Ultimo Dragon by DQ. Stevie Ray defeated Saturn for the World Television title. Hennig defeats Rocco Rock. Wrath defeats Steven Regal. La Parka defeats Sick Boy. Steiner Brothers defeat Glacier and Ernest Miller. That's Goldberg in the pre-show. And Rey Mysterio in the pre-show. They're building up some talent down there. What did they have to say about us? Large phallic objects report. It has been very positive. They like our large phallic objects. Oh shit, we lost $1,600. How? That was just pretty much workers alone, 1,600. Production's kind of high, and our miscellaneous is kind of high. That's pretty much what did us in there. We made a lot of miscellaneous money, so hopefully, you know, I gave us $10,000, so it'll keep us out of debt for a little bit longer than most. Ooh, look at all these booker positions. And Johnny Cash, his grueling schedule. We're the only place you work for. How are you? Whatever, it'll be a month before you work again anyway, so you'll be fine. Anyway, I hope y'all liked this show. Hopefully I can continue this longer than any other series than I have on this channel. Hopefully you guys will actually watch it and give me feedback and stuff like that. You guys usually always do with, like, you did with, like, the NWA series. You guys did with pretty much any series that I've asked for opinions on, like Ring of Honor and stuff like that. You guys have been pretty good on that, and I enjoy that. I like reading your guys' comments. I like responding. You guys have some pretty good ideas, so hopefully we can continue that, and you guys will actually watch it. It'll be my first post on Fantasy Bookers in quite a while. I'm not even sure if I've commented it on it in a while, so it'll be nice to be back there. And I always lurk. I always, you know, read all the words that are on there sometimes. And yeah, you know, tell me what you guys want me to do with this series besides continue it, because I know I want to do that. I'll probably record another episode or two before I actually go to sleep. Probably not, though. Actually, no, I'm not. I lied to you guys. I'll record one tomorrow, maybe. I work a 12-hour shift, so I'll be pretty tired, but hopefully it'll be a good episode. Hopefully this one was a good episode to you guys, and I'll see you guys later. Bye.